Hello and welcome to the City Newsroom on City TV. My name is Frema Adunyame.
And my name is Bobbie Osei. Coming up.
It is a day of upsets as several incumbent members of parliament lose at the New Patriotic Party's parliamentary primaries. We will take you around the country to bring you details from the elections.
Also, we will bring you a regional breakdown and interviews with both winners and losers from an eventful day.
He's the chairman of Adenta. He's the chairman of Constituency. Go and see. You know, they lost. I mean, what kind of constitution, what kind of system have we put in place? Everybody is losing. What is it?
Also coming up, significant recoveries recorded as the Ghana Health Service releases the latest data in the case management of Ghana's COVID-19 cases.
And the confusion at the Nigerian High Commission as unidentified armed persons demolish accommodation facilities on the premises of the High Commissioner's residence.
It's an entered, which you can see as you entered. Now, they entered more than 1 hour, 1.5 hours job that they did behind me that you can see.
Now, in our first story, 5,027 additional persons have recovered from COVID-19, bringing the total number of recoveries the country has recorded to 10,074.
Now, the high number of recoveries recorded follows the new discharge protocols by the World Health Organization. The latest figures from the Ghana Health Service also indicate what can be termed as the highest number of deaths recorded in an update.
Now, 15 more people have succumbed to the virus, bringing the total number of deaths in the country to 85.
Now, per the latest figures from the Ghana Health Service, 514 new cases have shot the country's tally of coronavirus incidences to 13,717.
Now, moving on, new entrant Kaikoura Newman has won the Okai Kwei South slot with 440 votes. The incumbent member of parliament, Ahmed Arthur, lost his third term bid with 327 votes.
Ne Amama and David Kweku have more in this report.
$888 delegates were expected to cast their votes in the Okai Kwei South constituency across 9 voting centers. With about 30 police officers deployed across the constituency for the primaries, things were fairly peaceful. However, confusion broke out at the Adenta voting center after a vote was wrongfully cast for a delegate.
Listen. He's not connected. He's under me. No, doesn't matter. He cannot talk. I know much more than people.
There was a coordinator who is a coordinator of the that electoral area. So he said that man who came and voted first is the chairman. You see, and I didn't also counter check. So it became, and I would, because there was some pressure, I took the name and then we realized that the right person came.
The process was also not without the usual vote-buying antics. After some delegates received gifts like standing fans and money, some complained about what they termed the unfair distribution of gifts from aspirants.
Nana Fribia, onudini dia bae no, wayimu, wachicha mo obia. Obi susu dini dia ni bae no susu wayimu, obi manya fan nisika. Obi mususu fan nisika kwapo dia bo mo. Na dia no ye wo me party mu na say yes ah. Na je say uche ye mu. Obi mu oni wuchi. Na ho achi na mu kodi. Me manya bi, but e be me ya say me manya no obi anya. After you na ya committee. Bibi ti sa mi bra we no. Omo anya bi. Wahu. Amedata no chiche. Amedata ano chiche. Na fa no say so o ma tete ai so ma popo. Ya nyinya ya dede ma.
Saturday's keen race was between the incumbent MP for Okai Kwei South, Ahmed Arthur, Dakwa Newman, and Nana Fredua Jemon. But even before the elections, it seemed the incumbent, Ahmed Arthur, who has represented the constituency for the past 8 years, had become unpopular. At the end of the polls, a former polling station agent for the MPP, Dakwa Newman, beat the incumbent with 123 votes.
This is the first time MPP is having a female candidate, putting forward a female candidate for the party in Okai Kwei South. And I believe that is an excellent selling point. The people in the constituency want a change. They want a woman. They want the benefits that a woman brings on board so that we can see more development in the constituency. And I think being a woman would see a surge in the votes come December 2020.
Back at her home at Adunyame, mother of Dakwa Newman, Mrs. Akosia Newman, who serves as the Director of Operations at the Office of the First Lady, was elated at her daughter's victory.
It's all to the glory of God. She has really worked for 3 years now for this constituency. So I'm so happy. I don't even know how to express my happiness. You know, this seat is an MPP seat. So as soon as you get a nod from the delegates, you are through.
The first time entrant, Dakwa Newman, has been able to make history in this constituency by coming out top and kicking out the incumbent, Mr. Ahmed Arthur. Reporting for City News, I am Nyama Ama.
In the Okai Kwei North constituency, delegates have re-elected the incumbent Issa Fuseni to contest on the ticket of the NPP in the upcoming 2020 general elections. Caleb Kuda reports.
I therefore declare Honorable Fuseni Issa as the parliamentary candidate elected.
Municipal Electoral Officer Eunice Yabuakwe declares Issa Fuseni victor over his only contender, publisher of Daily Searchlight, Ken Ajay Crunchy, amidst wide jubilations that had little regard for social distancing. Issa Fuseni garnered 305 votes of total valid votes cast, while Ken Crunchy polled a total of 285 votes. Voting at all 7 centers were generally smooth, but for a few skirmishes that were quickly resolved. Coronavirus safety protocols were practiced at all centers visited. Ken Crunchy, a 2-time failed parliamentary candidate for Okai Kwei North, who himself isn't a delegate, therefore couldn't vote, declined speaking to the press. He came 12 votes short of victory, even though his supporters were confident this was his time.
We want to vote for him because he has more things to do for the constituency, and also it's time we need entrepreneurs in the constituency. So we think that he is the best and the ideal person for the constituency now. So that's why we are voting for him.
The current MP hasn't.
Oh, he performed, but I think we need something extra. We need to change and see something else. We want change so that we can see what the other person also can do.
Despite winning by a close margin, Issa Fuseni is confident he will widen the margin for the party in the upcoming general elections, hence his gratitude to delegates.
It is not my first time in the primaries, it's actually the 3rd time I'm contesting in the primaries. The last time there were 4 of us, this time there were only 2 of us, so it was a 2-way race. Obviously a 2-way race and a 4-way race are quite different. I am grateful to the polling station executives of the party for reposing that confidence in me once again. I am grateful that they find the work that I've done over the last 3 years convincing, and they have decided that I continue as a parliamentary candidate and subsequently as a member of parliament.
We are at the Adenta constituency, and while we'll bring you a 360 view of the elections on today's show, we're trying to get a sense of what is happening here at the Adenta constituency. Now, counting has not ended yet, but we'll be keeping a close eye on that. And if counting indeed ends, we'll bring you updates and speak to the eventual winner.
The results for the parliamentary primary for the New Patriotic Party for Adenta are as follows. Emmanuel Kwesimante polled 217 votes, 217. Honorable Bobbie Asamoah polled 423 votes, 423. Frida Ajiman Sapong polled 7 votes, 7. Rahman Zak polled 87 votes. Alfred A. Kumi polled 10 votes. There were 744 valid votes, 3 rejected votes, and 747 total votes in the ballot box. With the results as declared, I declare Honorable Bobbie Asamoah as the parliamentary candidate for the New Patriotic Party for the Adenta constituency. Thank you very much.
So there you have it. The results have been declared right here in the Adenta constituency with respect to the NPP primaries, and the current MP for the area, Bobbie Asamoah, has indeed walked away, with a victory, getting close to over 400 votes from the delegates. How do you essentially feel about this result?
Fantastic. I am very happy. I am very happy that this has come to an end. We can now concentrate as a party on securing the Adenta seat for the New Patriotic Party. In the few months we have left, we believe with all the challenges COVID offers for the campaign, we will be able to demonstrate that the New Patriotic Party is the best possible party to manage the affairs of this country, and that Ghanaians should accept and believe in us. This is the first signal. The second signal for Adenta constituency is to win the national elections in December, and that will add up to the president's vote come December. The president is winning.
All right, so you pulled away with, I think, 50% of the votes in the 2016 elections. Your contender, Adamu Ramadan, coming close to with 48%. What are you expecting in the 2020 elections? I mean,
a bigger gap. A bigger gap. In 2016, I had nothing to show. Now, we have lots to show. We have a lot of things that have happened in mere 3.5 years of the New Patriotic Party's governance in Adenta, as compared to the 8 years that the NDC had in Adenta. And we believe that, given the differences, residents of Adenta will feel the urge to maintain the MPP in power.
Now, for some of the people we spoke to, they mentioned that they don't get to see you, and they have, some issues. What do you have to say to such,
It's politics and engagement. Politics is about social engagement, it's about economic engagement, it's about political engagement. But above all, the experience I have is that a parliamentarian in Ghana must be a facilitator. One must facilitate relationships, and that is what I'm going to strive to do. I am promising the people of Adenta, I am pledging to the voters in Adenta that to the best of my ability, I'll become the facilitator that they dream of.
Now we're going to cross over to Kwabenya, one of the hotly contested seats in these primaries for the NPP. My colleague Umaru Sanda has been reporting from that location. A lot of things have happened, the issues with the voter album, among others, and he brings us this report from Kwabenya.
This particular area is the atomic voting area. There are several other areas in the Kwabenya constituency. Of course, there's atomic hatchery, and we've been touring around these centers observing for you. But this seems to be the center of attraction because this will be the coalition center. Now, Michael Kwei Jr. is going strongly against Sarah Adwoa Safo, a minister of state in charge of procurement, a member of parliament, currently two-term member of parliament, chairman of the New Patriotic Party, Divine Agohom, has been obviously touring a lot of the constituencies and he's come here to the Dom Kwabenya constituency. What's been your assessment, first of all, generally in the region before we talk about Dom Kwabenya?
Very, very impressive. These are about the 7th constituency we visiting, and considering the preparation before today, and then what we are seeing today, I'm convinced that we'll be able to end the day on a note that everybody will be happy.
So this is a process ongoing. There's an agent, a party agent. They're looking through the register if your name is in there, and so this person has been picked to go through. Well, these are scenes you have from the coalition center at the Atomic area in the Dom Kwabenya constituency. There's the coalition center, electoral officers. They are returning with the results that have been cast from across the various centers. 9 polling stations or electoral areas in this constituency. They are assembling the ballot boxes. It is a very packed place. Security is very tight, very heavily deployed here. The police personnel, in both uniformed and ununiformed ones. Indeed, the party delegates are not allowed. The structure of this coalition center is that the coalition properly is happening at the top floor of this building. Now, downstairs though, lots of jubilation, lots of celebration, and this is even before the results come through. People are jubilating, pouring powder on each other, essentially celebrating. Now, these are supporters of Adwoa Safo, the incumbent member of parliament. This brings into question or makes nonsense of the issue of social distancing, people holding each other and celebrating. Not everybody here is in a mask, obviously, as you can see. There's a tumultuous entry here for Sarah Adwoa Safo, the incumbent member of parliament for this constituency. Very steep to win based on the event so far. That's Sarah Adwoa Safo hugging her colleague MP for Ablakuma West. Is it okay to be saying congratulations? What are you picking on the ground?
Thank you. I'm very happy and grateful to God.
What have you heard so far from your agents?
That the people of Kwabenya have spoken again, and they want me to continue my good work.
All indications here suggest the winning candidate is Sarah Adwoa Safo. The Electoral Commission is here to make the firm pronouncement, but it is an excited crowd, supporters of Adwoa Safo, who are largely on the ground here, celebrating, jubilating, dancing away. And supporters of Michael Kwei Jr. are rarely seen, which is a curious case.
In total, Mr. Michael pulled 488. Honorable Adwoa pulled 496. Total rejected 5. I now declare Honorable Sarah Adwoa Safo as the winner at Dome Kwabenya constituency. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Honorable Sarah Adwoa Safo, for a good fight. I will support 110%. Thank you.
Today, the people of Dome Kwabenya have spoken, and they had a choice between myself and Michael Kwei Jr., and they chose me. For me, that is decisive enough.
There goes the vehicle of Mike Okwei Jr., the defeated candidate for this constituency, the Dom Kwabenya constituency. He is unsuccessful again this time around after having tried in the past to represent the NPP in Dom Kwabenya. His father has been member of parliament for this area for 2 consecutive times. and he has attempted to replace his father. That did not go too well. He will not speak to the media yet, and so we are not sure what his next plan of action would be. But in the meantime, to my right side is jubilation, a tumultuous one. Sarah Adwoa Safo supporters are in a frenzy here, celebrating, jubilating that their candidate once again wins the bid to contest for the third time on the ticket of the New Patriotic Party in the general elections of December 2020. It should be perhaps tears of joy that she shed in there, but for the party members, it's an exciting one. More so when they get a concession speech from the losing candidate and congratulatory message from him in solidarity and support to Sarah Adwoa Safo. The jubilation will go on all day here in Atomic, in Hacho, in Domi, in Burkina, in Taifa. But of course, it will also go on throughout the night. But a bigger battle comes up in 5 years. Perhaps this is a seat that you could say the New Patriotic Party is very comfortable with. So again, a win here in the primaries may just mean victory for you in 2020. Reporting from Atomic in the Kwabenya constituency of the Greater Accra region, this is Sumaru Sanda Amadu on your election center.
You're still watching the City Newsroom on City TV. Let's take a breather here. When we come back, we'll bring you more on the New Patriotic Party's parliamentary primaries.
Well, do join us after the break for more details.
Data, extra minutes, and extra unlimited calls. Not just that, even our extra data doesn't expire. You didn't fill up? Simply dial *111# to bundle now.
Airtel Tigo. Life is simple.
$76,000 US only to buy you a studio apartment in Accra. Why not come to Weli for a spacious 2-bedroom apartment at Alphabet City, our brand new gated community situated right on top of the serene Sakumano Lagoon, feeling like splashing a little. Check out our exclusive all-detached house gated community, the Jadin Symphonic next door. Sizes range from cozy 3 bedrooms to luxurious 5 bedrooms. We at Weli are committed to provide you with the best building quality and value for money. In fact, we are the proud recipient of 2019's Quality Property Firm Award. We are offering discount up to 5% on Linjadin Symphony or 10% on Alphabet City, who makes a commitment in December. Call us now at 0240-111119 or 0504-499999 to secure your dream home now.
Hello again. New entrant Sheila Battels has in an emphatic manner won the Ablakuma North NPP parliamentary slot with 518 votes. The incumbent, Nane Free, who will now be a first-term MP, lost a second-term bid with a total of 315 votes. Other candidates, J. Belwa and John Agbote, both polled 88 and 20 respectively.
Sheila Battels will be representing the MPP in the Ablakuma North constituency in the 2020 parliamentary elections after she won the party's primaries on Saturday. She managed to upset the incumbent, Nane Free by a difference of 203 votes. The other aspirants, Kojo Bewa and John Agbote, polled 315, 88 and 20 votes respectively. Of the 945 delegates who were expected to cast their ballot, 941 took part in the process. Prior to the commencement of the polls, all aspirants, with the exception of the incumbents, Nane Free, were locked in a meeting at the party's constituency office over disagreements with regards to the voter album.
Our regional office to try to work with them on clarifying some of the issues concerning our constituency register. And the region has worked very hard with us to go through various processes to come to a conclusion as to which of the polling station executives or delegates should be voting. And it's unfortunate because of all of these issues we have experienced. It took a very long time for them to compile our register. In actual fact, they had been working all night, so we only saw the register this morning. And obviously, there were still a few issues that we realized in there. So we have raised it with the national executives who have come to support us, and they have looked at it, and I believe that we have come to a logical conclusion.
You know, we had a problem with the album, the delegates album, so to say. We had a problem with it, and then we spent time trying to resolve it. Now, at the end of it, the decisions we made at the meeting, we left it in the hands of the regional executives to implement in the sense that those who are supposed to be removed, we agreed to be removed, should be removed. And then those we agreed to be maintained, be maintained.
Other party delegates also accused the incumbent MP, Nane Free, of scheming with some constituency executives to rig the election. There were allegations of votes by an aspirant who were seen giving out envelopes.
As for the album, we knew the constituency chairman and executive are supposed to bring the right album. But as of now, the executive committee has not brought, including the current MP, the incumbent. So we are pointing our finger to the incumbent MP and the constituency executive. They should do the right thing. If they knew those who are here, they are not supposed to vote, we will not allow them.
We did hear that one of the other aspirants is participating in that.
Do you know that aspirant?
I do, but I don't care to mention it. But I believe that when you have a good message and you know what exactly it is that you are presenting to people will sell, there is no need to try to entice them with money.
Even before the results were officially declared, supporters of Sheila Battels poured out to the streets in wild jubilations in clear defiance of all COVID-19 protocols. Sheila Battels won 6 out of the 7 electoral centers in the constituency, and she thanked the delegates for their support and pledged to work to increase the party's vote margin in the national election.
Now from Ablakuma North, we head over to the Anyaa Sowutuom constituency, where the outgoing Member of Parliament, Mrs. Anyaa Sowutuom, has expressed confidence in the winner of the just-ended NPP parliamentary primaries in her constituency. Now, in her view, Dr. Dixon Adumakukisi has the potential to retain the party's seat in the constituency in the country's parliamentary elections in December this year. Now, the Member of Parliament did not contest in the primaries as she believed she had paid her dues to the party. My colleagues Michael Ogburu and Neteli Nete bring us a wrap of the elections.
The incumbent Member of Parliament for Anyaa Sowutuom, Shirley Ayokobochu, did not take part in this year's primaries, bringing her 4-term reign to an end. According to her, she believes she has served her constituency well for the past 16 years. and it was time others were given the opportunity to contribute their quota.
And it's very important. Most politicians, or many politicians, do not know, and it might take you by surprise. But for me, this is a constituency that I love. The people love me, and but I felt that it was time to leave. But it does not mean that I'm leaving politics. No way. Politics is in my blood, and I'm going to keep doing politics.
5 candidates competed in a keen contest for the party's ticket, but 2 of them, Municipal Chief Executive for Gan Central, Dr. Emmanuel Lamte and Dr. Dixon Adomako-Kisi, dominated the contest, with the latter winning the primaries by 30 votes.
Who had 324 votes. The second on the ballot was Nanama Asafo Wate, who had 2 votes. Then the third on the ballot was Edna Patisasaki, who had 3 votes. The fourth on the ballot was
Madam Shelley Ayokoboche believes Dr. Adomako-Kisi has what it takes to succeed in December's general elections.
Why not? He's a true blue party person, and he'll do a good job. Any of them, like I said, all 5 of them, there are 5 of them, all of them competent people.
Now, in Tema West, incumbent MP Carlos Ahinkra, who won the slot, promises to increase the vote margin between the NPP and NDC in the December elections by 20,000.
Let me take the opportunity of this event to say a big thank you to the delegates of Tema West. The people, women, men, ladies, gentlemen of Tema West MPP parliamentary, police executive, who decided today that they are standing together with one person. 70%. It's not a joke. They are sending a message out there. Come 2020, we are going to work so hard to change the fortunes of this party even further. Last time I contested this seat, we had a difference of 945 votes. I was able to bring a difference of almost 15,000 when I took over in 2016. If you are recording me today, I want to send a clear message to NDC out there. This year, 2020, we are going with a 20,000 difference. We are not going to change this direction. We will ensure that by the end of December 7, let's say maximum by December 8, the results will be announced, and the difference between my numbers and the numbers of the NDC candidate will be 20,000. Anybody can write on any.
Now, Alhaji Farouk Aliyu Mahama, son of former Vice President, the late Aliyu Mahama, has won the NPP parliamentary primary in the Yendi constituency. He was declared the winner of the polls after garnering 244 of the valid votes cast on Saturday, June 20, 2020.
Now, his contenders in the race are Bibat Ashani Mahama Zakaria, the Deputy Chief Executive Officer of the Microfinance and Small Loan Center, Maslok, and Baba Osman Dani, managed to secure 210 and 139 votes, respectively.
Now, moving on, the Deputy Executive Secretary of the Ghana Free Zones Authority, Habib Idrisu, has been elected as the Tolon NPP parliamentary candidate for the upcoming elections.
Now, Mr. Habib defeated the incumbent MP, Wahab Ezewumbe, by 174 votes. The two-term member of parliament for Tolon, who conceded defeat, expressed concern about what he termed as unfair treatment from some party executives.
It was all jubilation on the streets of Tolon after the Deputy Free Zones Authority boss emerged the winner to represent the party as its candidate in the upcoming general elections. Mr. Habib pulled a total vote of 338 to beat the incumbent Wahab Suhini Wumbe, who pulled 164 votes. The others, Mohammed Zakaria had 20 votes, Jabo Bako had 10 votes, and Amama Saibu had 2 votes. A total of 536 delegates cast their votes out of a total of 540 who were expected to vote. 2 ballots were rejected, with a total valid vote of 534. The victor, Habib Idrisu, says his win is not a victory but a task ahead to bring supporters together to maintain the seat for the NPP in the general elections.
I will need the support of the incumbent Member of Parliament for the constituency, Honorable Wahab Suhini Wumbe, who has a vast experience in election in this constituency, having contested an election in 2008, in 2012, and in 2016. He is the only individual in the constituency at the moment who has such experience. I will always rely on him and call on him as a father to always guide me and help me and assist me to deliver the seat for the party. Now the battle is for the party and for the 5 of us to come up and be able to present the seat for the party.
The incumbent who lost the primaries considered defeat but expressed concern about unfair treatment from the regional and constituency executives and called on the party leadership to come together to resolve their differences. Meanwhile, in the Nanton constituency, the incumbent Hadith Afero Mohammed beat his main contender, Kamaruddin Abdullahi. He had 205 votes, while Kamaruddin Abdullahi had 129 votes.
Now, in the Upper East region, the regional minister Tangoba Abayege and her deputy Frank Fuseni Adongo have both won the parliamentary primaries in the Upper East. Now, the 2 ministers, after a successful run in today's primaries, are hopeful of winning their respective parliamentary seats for the party.
In the Upper East region, there are 3 incumbent members of parliament, that is Timpani, Navrongo Central, and Zebila constituencies. The member of parliament for Timpani, who doubles as Deputy Attorney General and Minister for Justice, Joseph Dindiok Pemka, was not contested. The Navrongo Central and Zebila constituencies witnessed a heated contest. Voting started at 7 o'clock a.m. and ended at 1 o'clock p.m. across all polling stations in the 2 constituencies. In the Navrongo Central constituency, the Upper East Regional Minister Tangoba Abayege defeated incumbent Member of Parliament and Aviation Minister Joseph Kofi Ada. Tangoba Abayege becomes the first female MPP aspirant ever to beat an incumbent Member of Parliament in the constituency. In her victory speech, she called for unity ahead of the December 2020 general elections.
I will stand here and make that solemn pledge that I have made everywhere I have gone, that my purpose for annexing this seat is to unite the new patriotic party in the Navrongo Central. It is a solid, big party. We may have our differences, but trust me, if we surmount our differences, which we can because we are human beings, we will sit down, we will solve our problems, we will come together, and then we will make sure that for the first time, we are going to win the Navrongo Central constituency with a landslide on the 7th of December.
In the Zebila constituency, incumbent Member of Parliament and Deputy Upper East Regional Minister Frank Fuseni Adongo was fiercely contested by the former national organizer of the NPP, Dr. John Kingsley Kuruk. At the end of polls, Frank Adongo pulled 323 votes to beat his contender, Dr. Kingsley Kuruk, who had 280. In his victory speech, the Deputy Upper East Regional Minister, Frank Fusenia Dongo, says he will work hard to retain the seat for the MPP in the general elections.
Utterances that is going to inflate passions. Please, we are the same people, and we are prepared through the support of His Excellency the President, Nana Addo Akufo-Addo.
Now, long-serving Member of Parliament for the Anyaa Sowutuom constituency, Kwabenya Tahir Hammond, survived a scare to urge Samuel Benfo in the party's primaries and gained the right to represent the party in the 2020 parliamentary elections. CitiNews's Edward Pongmafu reported that even as the process was largely smooth in 27 polling centres, there was drama at the Anyaa Sowutuom NPP party office polling centre where there was a disagreement over the voters' album to be used, and that delayed the process for well over 3 hours.
Voting was generally calm at 27 polling centres, except the Adanse Asokwa NPP party office polling centre. As the voting process was about to begin at 7 a.m., one of the aspirants, the incumbent Member of Parliament, raised concerns over the album being used. According to him, a different list which had been sent to him was what was supposed to be used. This move was fiercely resisted by his opponent, Samuel Benfo Dakwa, and his supporters. At the end of the polls in the constituency in all 28 polling centres, K.T. Hammond emerged winner with 238 votes, while his contender had 180 votes. As the final results were about to be released, K.T. Hammond and his supporters took to the streets to jubilate ahead of the official declaration. After K.T. Hammond was officially declared winner by the district election officer, he expressed his excitement and indicated that the party would work to ensure unity at the constituency. He was, however, worried by the high attrition rate in Parliament.
I'm extremely disappointed. I mean, quite a lot of the big boys. I keep talking about big boys. There must be big boys in any institution. Must be. There certainly must be. You can't have children, babies with sharp teeth all over the place. Have big men. Somehow the way we run our contest, the way we do it. I mean, what is the name? It's lost. What they give appearance is lost. Give me the name. Collins is lost. Abdullah, nothing. Go to Abdullah is the chairman of Adenta. He is the chairman of Constituency. Go and see. You know, they're lost. I mean, what kind of what kind of system have we put in place? Everybody is losing. What is it?
Wow, man, what a day. I mean, for you, I know you went out.
Yes,
exactly.
I went to English and Manfrom, and one thing that I really observed and that cut across was a complete disregard, for the safety protocols for COVID-19. It was as if there was nothing like coronavirus in the system. It was just one electoral area that we were asked to, wash our hands before going in, and even that we had the tissues all over the floor. People clean their hands and just drop the tissue on the ground, and I think that was unfortunate because you see people, all together, those who had problems, agitating, being together, not observing any safety protocol. You had some in their masks, others were not in nose masks, and social distancing was nowhere to be seen on the ground. And I think that is quite unfortunate. I mean,
I observed a similar, should I say, scenario when we went to the Adenta constituency, specifically the collation center.
Yeah.
And you could literally drive in and just start mingling with everyone. I didn't see a bucket. I didn't see, like hand sanitizers, being positioned at vantage points. People were just crowded like it was, 2016, 2012, 2008.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people were wearing their face masks though.
Yeah.
But then people are hugging, cheering each other. Some of the aspirants themselves hugging everyone they'll see without, adhering to the social distancing protocol itself. Some individuals were even bold enough not to even wear face masks.
Exactly. So you ask yourself if we really understand this, or it's just a matter of we giving ourselves some time, because this is a new normal and we are not pretty used to this, especially when we are so excited and jubilating and all. I think we really need to be checking this and get it right. So we're moving on, and we go back to the Ashanti region. Incumbent members of parliament in the Bantama, North and in Shayesu constituencies have lost their bids to be re-elected as parliamentary candidates for the New Patriotic Party ahead of the 2020 general elections.
Now, new entrants have emerged as key names like Francis Asenso-Abuachi, a Deputy Chief of Staff, the Public Relations Officer for the Education Ministry, Vincent Ekwasifwa, and the Chief Executive Officer of Maslock, Stephen Amwa. City News' Ashanti Regional correspondent Hafiz Tijani has more in this report.
All eyes were on the Bantama constituency even before the day of the elections. The exercise went on smoothly until confusion broke out between supporters of incumbent Daniel Ochem Abuaji and Francis Asenso-Abuachi. Later, the results were announced.
The final declaration. Honorable Daniel Ochem Abuaji had 122 votes. Honorable Francis Asenso-Abuachi pulled 456. Total valid vote 578. Total reject vote 1. Total votes in the ballot box 579. Now, on behalf of my chairperson and my regional director, Honorable Francis Asenso-Abuachi is duly elected.
Like I said in my previous statement, this is internal election and I burn no bad blood with anybody. Whatever energy, resources he has, I urge him to come and support us so that we all move together for the bigger battle ahead of us in 2020.
I accept the defeat. I'm congratulating him for a good job done. I'm very, very happy for him. But I'm proud for what I've been able to do so far. But I think 7 years now, he deserves to be congratulated.
Jubilations were all over by supporters of aspirants who won the elections. Stephen Amwa, CEO of Maslock, beat incumbent Kennedy Kankam.
The machinery against him was very strong, but by the grace of God, I passed through it successfully. The most important thing is that God has done it all.
From the Old Tafo constituency, from the 6 aspirants who are here and who contested to replace the outgoing member of parliament. So on the streets of Tafo, they are so elated. The constituents, the delegates who have taken part in this election are so elated. And Vincent Ekwasifwa, the public relations officer of the education ministry, has been elected.
Absolutely. This is by dint of hard work. In any election, if you pay your dues, if you sacrifice, and you are truthful to the people, definitely they will reward you.
Although there were court injunctions on the Ashanti Region North and Subin constituencies, elections still went on without the supervision of the Electoral Commission. Andy Apiakubi and Eugene Boachientwi, respectively, retained their seats. At the Anyaa South constituency, Education Minister Matthew Opoku Prempeh went unopposed and was acclaimed by delegates.
It means that the faith the people have in me is very high, and the expectations from me too will be very high. So it just means that I have to rededicate myself and work harder for the people in the constituency.
From the Ashanti Region, I am Hafiz Tijani for CitiNews.
Now, 4 members of parliament out of the 7 from the Western region who contested in the just ended NPP primaries have been unseated. Now, the MPs include Ato Pamford of Shama, Patrick Bujeko Saimi of Amenfi East, Alex Ejikum of Mpoho, and Joe Mensah of Kwesimintim Constituency.
Now, the Executive Secretary of the National Council for Curriculum and Assessments, NACA, Dr. Prince Ama, won the Kwesimintim ticket with 222 votes against the incumbent Joe Mensah's 167. Dr. Ama, after his declaration by the EC official, stated that he will unite the party for a win in the general elections.
Well, on that note, we take a breather here. When we return, though, confusion at the Nigerian High Commission as unidentified armed persons demolish accommodation facilities on the premises of the High Commissioner's residence.
We'll be back shortly with the details. Don't go away.
Unlock banking with biometrics. Now, you can access the ABSA mobile banking app using your fingerprint or facial recognition. Download today. That's Africanacity. That's ABSA.
Businesses are evolving with the changing times, and the City Business Festival is doing the same. In the month of June, the City Business Festival goes digital. City TV, in collaboration with Absa Bank, will give SMEs the opportunity to reboot their businesses with expert forums, discussion platforms, and interactive Zoom sessions. There will be a lesson for every business. Join the virtual business forums every Tuesday in June at 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. and gain the knowledge you need to kickstart your business. Explore new ways of engaging your customers with the e-commerce forum on Tuesday, the 9th of June at 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Get tips from the Agribusiness Forum on how to create another career in agribusiness on Tuesday, the 16th of June 2020 at 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And get all the industry knowledge with the Trade Forum on the topic, Will Export Trade Be the Same Again? On the 23rd of June 2020 at 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Revamp your business and work environment this June with the virtual business forums only on City TV every Tuesday at 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. To be interactive and ask questions pertinent to your business, join in the forum via Zoom. To participate via Zoom, register by calling 0205-973-973. That's 0205-973-973. City Business Festival is powered by City TV and Absa Bank with support from the Ghana Investments and Promotion Center.
We're about to change your Sunday night for the better.
This week on Upside Down, we celebrate fathers and father figures on the show for Father's Day, but we do it with an upside-down twist. Simon, who entered fatherhood abruptly with the death of his wife during childbirth, Veronica, who's playing the dual role of mother and father to her 5 children, and Mr. Asante, a grandfather caring for his granddaughter with cerebral palsy. Upside Down, this Sunday at 7 p.m. only on City TV.
Hello again. Elizabeth Afolekwe, the incumbent member of parliament for the Krowor constituency, has won the NPP primary. Her win by 3 votes was confirmed after a recount. She pulled 362 of the votes to the 359 garnered by her closest challenger, Emmanuel Lai. Now, away from that, the premises of the residence of the Nigerian High Commissioner to Ghana, located at Osu Ringway in Accra, was on Friday night invaded by some armed men. They are said to have broken through the locked gate with a bulldozer and pulled down parts of a building under construction on the compound. There is more in the following reports.
At about 10 p.m. on Friday night, a group of armed persons reportedly forced their way into the premises of the residence of the Nigerian High Commissioner to Ghana. When City News got to the scene on Saturday morning, there was evidence of forceful entry and tie marks on the ground of the heavy-duty vehicle that had been there. The one-story structure, upon completion, was to serve as accommodation for staff of the High Commission as well as stranded Nigerians in Ghana. The head of security at the residence, who was on duty at the time, was one of the eyewitnesses to the Demolition Act.
It all started yesterday around 10 p.m. in the evening when my boys observed that there was an excavator machine outside here who was trying to come in. So they alerted the commissioner, his assistant, the dignitaries that are in the premises. For them to realize that the excavator broke the gate and entered, which you can see as you entered. Now, they entered more than 1 hour, 1.5 hours job that they did behind me that you can see. They demolished everything. And then after doing it, when they were about going out, that was when the police came in. That was after 1 hour. Meanwhile, they were calling the police to come as they started the job. But I don't know, for any reason, they did not appear. But when those people have finished and they went out going about leaving, that is where a team of patrol team came in. And then when they came, they went straight to the person who came to do the demolish, had a chat with him, and then allowed them to go with their machine and everything. They came in, they did not access anything. They came straight to the site and they were taking pictures. So we were all here waiting for them. Before the second team of police came, the third team with the commander who there came. It was the commander who came and then asked questions from us, which we narrated.
The acting Nigerian High Commissioner to Ghana, whose official residence shares a compound with the demolished building, also witnessed the incident. She was, however, unavailable for comments at the time of this visit. Some Nigerians resident in Ghana who turned up at the scene on Saturday morning were troubled by the incident. The president of the Nigerian Union of Traders Association, Ghana, NUTAG, Chief Chukwuemeka Nnaji, was one of them, and he spoke to City News.
The Nigerian authorities are not the one that breaking it down. It's a Ghanaian who came in, and I heard the secretary saying that he was saying that Nigeria have no land in Ghana, and he came in here with a bulldozer to break it down. I'm not afraid to mention them. What I heard from the contractor is that it's a Glyco. I don't know whether it's the owner of Glyco Insurance or any other Glyco. So, since we have not met, but I'm sure police know him because I was told that the police changed contact with him when they met him on the gate. So, it's not a difficult person to find as it may now. What I know is that it has become one too many. Nigerian living in Ghana is becoming kind of helplessness. We are being attacked here and there, and it seems that government of Ghana have restrained their protection on Nigerians there. I don't know whether they have totally withdrawn it or they are just giving us some kind of protection. From a distance that happened to Circle, where a citizen will walk to somebody's shop and lock it with key, and he called a police to come and stand by for him to lock it. And this one happened that somebody came in the night, not in the day, to break a house belonging to Nigeria government in Ghana. And the police is just 5 minutes drive from the headquarters of police, and they were called for more than 1 hour. This work went on. Nobody saw any policeman here. After they have left, they have finished what they are doing and they are about to go before the police came. None arrests have been made, and that have been it. So I'm afraid that our life is now in danger in Ghana, and
That's how we wrap up. You'll be watching the City Newsroom on City TV. Remember, our website, CitiNewsroom.com, has more news updates.
Subscribe to CityTube on YouTube for more exclusive video content from City TV.
Download the City Newsroom app from the Google Play Store and keep updated on the go.
You can also watch City TV on DSTV channel 363 and GoTV channel 182.
My name is Frema Adunyame.
My name is Bobbie Osei. It's been a pleasure coming away.